Welcome everyone. I hope that you'll join our new intro video that was made just today. So this was the first time we're showing this video over here. So it's great, guys. I hope you all liked it. It was our first intro, so I'm kind of excited about that. It looks like really professional. And today, like you all know, we have a great guest. We have Sava, that is the CEO of Echo of the Horizon. That's a P2E game that has been already that the token is already trending. Their game is not fully developed yet, but it's in the works, and that's something that I'm really interested. You all know how much I like gaming projects, guys. So actually, I'm kind of excited to have him here. So let's start this up. I'm going to unmute him and do a little mic test. Hey Saba, how's it going? Can you hear me? Can we test up your microphone?
Yeah, sure. I'm hearing you just fine.
That's amazing, Sava. Good to have you here, man. To be honest, it's quite an honor to have you here to talk a little bit more about your project. You all know we have been talking a little bit more about in our DMs. You know, I already know you quite a bit, but of course we'll have all the community right here that wants to know much more about the project. You know, we have a lot of gamers over here in the community, so actually I think that this is going to be like really interesting, and we're gonna know a lot more about the actual game, because besides talking about the crypto aspect of the game, I think that most of us here wants to know more about the actual game, like what's the gameplay, what can you do in this world that you're creating. I know that you have a lot of things. I've been in the docs, so we're going to talk about the gameplay, the mechanics, the game economy. I've seen that you have like really well planned when it comes about the game, the in-game economy. So that's something that we're going to be talking. But to start off the MA, Sava, I would love if you could introduce yourself, talk a little bit about who you are, what's your role in the team, a little bit about the other team members, also your experience, your professional experience in crypto and in IRL. And also one thing that is really important that I would love to know is what motivated you to create this project.
Yeah, hi everyone, and thanks for joining. Drybit already introduced, my name is Sava. I'm the founder of EOTH. When it comes to my background, I'm a marketer. Marketing and sales is my thing for the last 13 plus years. Starting in crypto since late 2014. I already talked about this in a couple of AMAs. I got a promotional email from an exchange, clicked on it, opened an account, and that's how crypto started with me and crypto. When it comes to my work experience in crypto space, crypto sphere, we were members of a couple of projects earlier. The most well known is TiFi Token. Last year we launched TiFi Token approximately in March, I believe, end of March, and we reached 85 million 3 months after. So TiFi Token was a great success, and we hope we will do the same with EOTH. When it comes to the core team of EOTH, we have Carlo, the CEO. He was as well core team in TiFi. We have Mike, our social media manager and content creator, and we have William, who was an early investor in TiFi. He's responsible for finance and partnerships. I think that's the rough info about us in a nutshell.
That's a great introduction. Actually, a great introduction. And I wanted to know, because I've entered to your website and I see that you're all docs. That's something really cool to see. I always have my own opinion. Here when I am analyzing projects and stuff, and it's great to see when the CEO is docs, but also to see that the entire team is also docs. That's a really bullish flag to me, man. That's really great. To have you see on. That we can see, who you are and stuff. So actually being docs is pretty interesting. And I wanted to know about the core team. Are you 4 members actually, or that was at the beginning? How is the core team made of right now?
I would say the core team and the people that make the main decisions, it's just the 4 of us. But our actual team, when it comes to development, community management, and the rest, I think we are right now somewhere 13 or 14 plus man in the
Oh,
company. Yeah.
that's great. That's great. So it's actually a
And
big company.
well, yes, we are still waiting for our official company registration. We applied, and hopefully it will be in matter of days, I believe.
Oh, that's actually great, and that's something that I also really like. You know, when crypto projects take the next step and they register themselves, whether it's a C corp or an LLC, you know, but being registered as a company provides the investors, you know, a more like serious aspect of the company. It shows that you're actually trying to make this, you know, not just in crypto, not just, you know, having a token and having a website, but I'm actually making it a real company. So great that you're planning on incorporating yourself, you know, because that opens the door for a lot of many things, you know. In the future, you're going to have, like, if you have an LLC created, you're going to have like way more easier access into partnerships, into more investors, venture capital. There are a lot of things that may come, you know, later on, that if you are already incorporated, it's a big plus, and you don't have to do it like rushing at the last time. Like you have like a different phase why sorry, once you're incorporated. But what I also wanted to know is why did you make this project? Like, what was the motivation behind you? Like, how did you ended up thinking about this? Like, are you a gamer? Like, have you worked in the gaming industry before? Like, what is the actual motivation that made you say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and create this gaming project?
Yes, I am a gamer, a passionate gamer myself, you know, for most of my life. I always had that dream, you know. I am into game development for the last, I would say, almost 10 years. And
Oh,
I
nice.
always had, you know, that dream idea, you know, urge to do my own game, you know, to develop my own game. And it mainly was focused on Web 2. You know, I wasn't really thinking about crypto or anything else before I explored this space, you know, and find out about crypto and everything. But yeah, since then it's there, you know. The idea is there for a couple of years, and you know, since I'm doing marketing and all kinds of stuff in this space, you know, full time for the last 7-8 years, I thought to myself, you know, there is really no reason for me to not do this in for myself,
Yeah.
while I'm doing it for the last 8 years for a variety of companies, you know, and making money for them, you know. So it was just, you know, just a matter of time when we will start that discussion with the team. Began last year in September or October. They were, you know, for it, after explaining them what it is, the business model, game mechanics, gameplay, everything. And yeah, here we are today.
That's amazing. That's great to know. And guys, for the ones that don't know this yet, Echo of the Horizon actually had a pre-sale back in in June this year, and they're doing really great, guys. If you go ahead, you know, and check out the post that I've made, where you are going to find the DexView link, you can see that today they are 5.24x from pre-sale price. So actually, every pre-saler is like 5x above the original price, and they had an ATH of 14x, guys. So actually, Sava had like a great launch, and the chart and it's keeping like our steady floor. So that's actually really good, because nowadays, you know, many projects are usually dumping, you know, when they start trading and everything. But here, this project is still above pre-sale price by 5x, and that's something that is not really common nowadays. So congratulations on that, Saba, first of all, for keeping that, you know, price up all the time. You have already 281 holders. That is actually pretty good. You still have a great liquidity as well. The market cap is also really healthy. So everything I see in this project, not just the game related things, but the crypto related stuff, you know, when I have to analyze the crypto and everything, I think that this is really bullish. So I'm really happy about that. But now it's time to talk a little bit more about the game itself. I think that many of us here, like I said, my community has a lot of gamers, and I think that many of us want to know what the actual game is about. Like, what can you do in Echo of the Horizon? Like, once you download it, what can you do? Like, what's the first thing that you do when you enter into the game and said, hey, let's start exploring? Like, could you please tell us, everyone, anything you want to say about how the gameplay is at the game?
Yes, sure. So first of all, I need to mention for your community and yourself as well, we will have two versions of the game. One version is free to play and will be only available via Web 2 without any rewards. And this first version will be only used as a, let's say, one of our go-to-market strategies to actually bring on board Web 2 users to our Web 3 game, which will be multiplayer. You will have in-game for the single player mode. You will be able to explore. It's let's say a classical role play game. You will have to you can explore the world. You can go on quests, side quests, main quests. You can capture some of the beasts and creatures on the planet and to use them for, let's say, get from one location to another, either by land or by or flying. You will have a variety of weapons available for the single player mode, which you can upgrade. Skills will be available to upgrade. The game itself is, let's say, primitive sci-fi dystopian oriented style play. The human race embarks on a mission to another planet to establish a new colony. They arrive there without knowing the passengers of the fleet. The military personnel has actually planned along the way to actually extinguish all intelligent life form on the planet and take them for the humanity to pave the path for new colonies. They lost the war and 450 years passed. The main character, which is a young female named Echo, finds out in the military library about this huge lies that has played out 450 years ago. Every human in the settlement thinks that they were attacked by the alien species and not vice versa. She embarks on a mission, and that's where the gameplay begins. She explores the world. She finds out the truth. She tries to bring the truth to her human, to the citizens of the human settlement. Meanwhile, Echo's history is really, let's say, it will give a game a really deep point when it comes to why is she the main character. She's the first half-breed of the planet. So her father is human, her mother is Sirenian. That's what the planet is called, and the inhabitants are called. So when it comes to the gameplay itself, it will be much alike if anybody here has played maybe Horizon Zero Dawn. It will be a third-person gameplay. You will have to embark on battles, on quests, on missions. You will have to find this is the main story, which I don't want to
spoil. Close. Yeah, it's okay.
But it's we can't go that far. But let's say when the most exciting part in the single player mode happens, the game will stop and we will route the Web 2 users from the single player mode, the single player version of the game, to our Web 3 multiplayer version of the game. That is our go-to-market strategy, actually. When it comes to the multiplayer mode, you will have certain areas in the map where you can have PvP battles, 1 versus 1, 5 versus 5, and 15 versus 15. You will have in-game available to create your own clans, teams, up to 50 players in one clan. You can then either, like I said, go to PvP mode with your clan. You can go on creating a smaller team of your clan from 5 people and to conquer some quests, to craft some weapons, to upgrade your weapons, which are all NFTs, of course, to upgrade your player skills and such. You will have also a PvE version where you can, with your team of 5 people, go and try to capture some creatures and beasts, which also are in NFTs, in-game NFTs, which you later can use for the PvP mode to battle against other clans. So that is, I would say, the main points of the game.
That is amazing, man. To be honest, it was a great description and a very detailed one, about everything that you can do, and also having a little bit of backstory on the game. So, that most of the successful games out there have an actual history, and I love that you have already thought about the actual history of Echo, the main character, and everything surrounding that. So I actually love when games have, a lore that you can actually follow, because that engages you most with the actual game. So actually that's great. And something that you said that was like music to my ear was that you're contemplating web 2 and web 3 at the same time, but first you're offering the web 2. Like you're getting all the mainstream guys that are out there that maybe they're not really familiarized with crypto and web 3, and you're getting like the majority of the people out there to play like they would traditionally do any type of game. And then after that, you're introducing Web3. So man, that's genius, to be honest, because you're introducing Web3 in a really organic, and non-hard way, just as like saying, hey, the story comes up to here, and then of course you start making all these different changes with Web3, and also having the multiplayer. That's also really great, playing with friends or playing with enemies, or meeting new people in games is actually really great. The P2E version is also P2E gameplay is actually really interesting. I love playing P2E games, in cooperative mode with my friends. Sometimes I don't want to start sometimes I don't want to be competitive, so I just want to have like a good time. So that's when I prefer P2E games, where I can play with my friends, and start having a more relaxed time. So that's actually great. And what you said about all the different items and everything that then you can actually use and upgrade and stuff. But I wanted to ask you a question related to the items and the upgrades in the game. Like every item in the game is going to be like an NFT or something like that. How are you going to insert NFT technology into Echo of the Horizon? Like how that technology is going to make this game even better?
Yeah, when it comes to how do we combine NFTs with the game, it's basically through APIs and oracles. So you will not have directly NFTs in the game, but you will have items which will be shown into your dedicated dashboard on our website, what you all have regarding NFTs. In game, you can, of course, let's say, use one NFT and another and craft a third one, a whole different one, by which the two will be burned and the third will be created, available through, like I said, through APIs and oracles, will be then directly sent to your wallet. So it's I would say, real-time gameplay. If you buy an NFT from our website, it will be shown almost immediately in game and in your wallet as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And one question that I have in my mind, that it's something that I would really want to know, and I know that people from the community also want to know that, because I actually think that I saw this question going around in the group. But I want to know, like, how is your token, EOTH, the BSC token that you currently have, is going to also be interacted, is going to interact with the game? Like, what is the use case of your token inside the game? Is there any use case?
Yes, there are token-based rewards in the game because it is the multiplayer mode is a competitive, let's say, gameplay.
Yeah.
You will have rankings. You will have monthly tournaments, which we will build. I will be talking about that a little bit later, more about it. And through, like say, this token-based rewards, it will be BNB and EOTH for the best ranked players in the game. When it comes to the tournament rewards, it will be solely EOTH token rewards for the tournaments. And this will be something, I would say, most appealing for, besides from NFT collection and trading. I think the tournaments will be something that will really bring on a huge user base to us, because it will be huge rewards for the tournaments. We are talking about tens of thousands of dollars for each tournament. and only the best ranked players in game will have the availability to join the tournaments. Of course, there will be a small amount of players that, let's say, didn't rank that high, but can as well join the tournaments through buying our token and paying a tournament fee for joining those tournaments. When it comes to the NFT sales, all NFT sales, when it comes to new NFTs and not the traded one on marketplaces, all NFTs will be available only for purchases with EOTH. So that's the use case of our token in game. Buying NFTs, joining tournaments, and having a couple of, let's say, monthly bundles that will be only available for users that have an account in game and holds EOTH tokens.
That's amazing. That's really well thought, and I love that the token has a utility, to be honest. And one of the things that I also want to know, that this is my part of the questions. Then, of course, we're going to go with the community questions. But I wanted to know, like, when you say that you're going to first, offer Web 2, as traditional gaming companies do, when you start, mixing with Web3, like for example, for a user that has no idea about, for example, what a MetaMask wallet is, are you planning on doing like some kind of in-game wallet that is connected to the blockchain, or are you going to make them, I don't know, download Trust Wallet or MetaMask or something like that? Like, how are you going to facilitate the shift from Web2 to Web3 in-game? I'm talking for newbies.
Yes. Yeah, when it comes to that, we really have thought about it to actually implement our own wallet that would be like custodial. But I'm not a big fan of custodial wallets or anything that where my tokens are not mine, So what we will do, we will create an EOTH Academy where the players of the Web2 based game can actually will have an email or will have an in-game notification to join our Web3 based game, to earn rewards, play your favorite game while earning money and such. Here is the EOTH Academy, where we will have a variety of tutorials on how to, let's say, streamline the onboarding process for Web2 users to our Web3 games. I mean, step by step, setting up their wallets, step by step, how they can purchase our NFTs on our website. I need to mention our NFTs will not be available only for EOTH token. The other, let's say, purchase option for our NFTs is Google Play, Apple Play, traditional credit card payments and such. We already have a partnership with Floss, who is our payment provider for, let's say, this this part of the NFT sales.
That's great. That's great. And also, what I'm thinking, from the point of view of a regular guy, from someone that has no idea about crypto and stuff, that you're also offering, to help them out with tutorials and, and make the transition lighter. That's actually really, really important, because one of the things that I always say to every project owner and to everyone involved in crypto that is actually doing a project, you need to always focus on breaking the wall between non-crypto users and crypto users, because you actually want to let your product to be used by everyone. So I think that you already know that. I don't even have to mention that, because you already have everything planned, and that's great. To be honest, I'm really excited that you already know this and you're already setting all these different things in order to prevent this, to start breaking the wall from, the people that say, hey, I don't know anything about Web3, for example, or it's really complicated and stuff. No, you're going to facilitate that migration, and you're going to make it, step by step, and that's really important. But I also wanted to ask you. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think, if we don't implement such kind of approach, the bounce back from the Web2 community to our Web3 game will be enormous, and they really wouldn't be any huge results going with our go-to-market strategy, which is developing a totally free game for all, which will be available for Steam, and streamline the users to our Web3 game. So we really, our first thought last year was, why just not do our own, in-game wallet, and it's just easy, create an account, username, email, and that's it. We will, keep like their tokens safe, custodial, and that's it. But then again, I know that 90% of people that are in crypto are really not big fans of don't having their own keys, and their own crypto. But
That's
so
true.
we just don't want to go that way, and that's why we thought of just creating a simple process, step-by-step process on how they can switch from the free-to-play version to the play-to-earn version.
Amazing, amazing, and I love that you're contemplating both of the market, because you're actually having two different markets, from Web3 guys and non-Web3 users. So that's actually pretty great. I also wanted to know one last question about the game, and then I'm going to ask some questions about the marketing strategies and partnerships. But I want to know the actual game. Is it going to be like for computer? Is it going to be for console? Is it going to be mobile? Like how can we actually get your game? Like on what's going to be released first?
Yeah, it's for PC download, and that's it.
Perfect.
We will not have more versions as of now. We are focusing only on the PC version when it comes to both versions of the game, free to play and play to earn.
Perfect. So I'm actually kind of like, I'm a PC master race kind of guy. So I actually play a lot on PC. I have my computer down here, and it's a lot of games, but you already know about that. I'm also working with a gaming project that, of course, Sava knows, and for the ones that don't know, I'm also involved into a project that is basically for video game tournament creations, and that's going to be like really great. But guys, let's talk a little bit about the things that I know that most of you care about, because we have talked a lot about the games. Remember, guys, any questions you got from the game, you're going to be free to ask them now in just a couple minutes. I'm going to clear all my doubts first, and then we will proceed. But I wanted to know, Sava, about what are the marketing strategies that the users and the investors also can expect from you. Like, for example, how are you planning on promoting the game and also promoting the token? Because you have to understand that you have like two different products over here. You have your game, of course, but you also have a token that is currently listed and trading 24/7. So what can the investors and users wait from you in terms of marketing? Like anything coming up? You have any type of partnership, around the corner? How are you planning on promoting the game? That also promoting the game will end up eventually getting more users into your crypto, right?
Yes. First of all, our current marketing strategy is to go with gamify-based communities, gamify-based projects. Also, some advertisement on Chainplay GG should be live, I believe, in a couple of days.
Oh, nice.
Waiting still for the reply. Yeah, so we are really focusing when it comes to the token-based side to go with, let's say, the gamify community itself and gamify platforms. When it comes, and of course, AMAs are crucial for any new project to get out there and to speak to the investors, potential investors. When it comes to the game itself, we are currently working on our official teaser trailer. And even though we thought to not reveal the first gameplay for this trailer, we will actually do so, but just a small amount of gameplay within the trailer itself. The trailer itself will be crafted and combined with the amazing environment and landscapes and scenes that we have in-game, with a narrator talking about the story, like you have in all game trailers, talking about the story and just getting the viewer to know what it is all about. It is an exoplanet, ancient civilization, and stuff like that, and the whole story about Echo and becoming the epic warrior and legend of this planet. When it comes to the other part of how to promote the game, we will actually have a huge alpha testing with huge rewards planned in. I believe it should be either, we cannot give the exact date of the alpha version yet, but it should be anywhere from mid-September till end of October released. And likely 2 weeks before that, we will have a huge Twitch campaign, YouTube campaign, and TikTok campaign with let's say, well-known streamers who will actually be the promoters of our alpha testing.
That's great. That's great. Those are really great marketing strategies that you're planning to do, and those are also really important. You know, keeping the hype over a project, it's really important. So great to know that you're already focused on that. And now let's talk about the tokenomics. That's the only part that we're missing from all the aspects of the project. And I would love to know a little bit more about the tokenomics. You know, I've been in your website, of course, where I can see that you already burn, 31%, and also you burn your team tokens. So you're actually not holding any team tokens, if I'm right. Yeah.
The team tokens are locked, I believe. Let me just check. I think it's just a sec. Team burn, okay, 13 months vesting period. We will burn each month the team tokens after unlock.
Nice.
I think the first unlock should be either in a week or maybe in 2-3 weeks or something like that. So every unlock, when it comes to the team tokens, will be burned right away. This is something that we talked with our community through the process when we was still in the pre-sale, and we had a huge amount of tokens shown on the token metrics chart on PinkSale, and it was really not like appealing to an investor to see that. Most of the investors will not even go through the project if they see such a huge amount of tokens unlocked. So what we decided is we will lock them while we was in the pre-sale, lock them, and each unlock will be burned over 13 months. So the supply will be deducted, let's say, for the next 13 months for sure. It is 10% of team tokens, which is approximately, I believe, 20 million tokens. Okay. Our circulating supply right now, or our total supply at this moment, is 120. Around 120 million, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to the other locks that we have, it's the basic stuff for centralized exchange and market maker. For game rewards, we have 10% tokens allocated, which will be distributed. This is only for the tournament rewards over the course of 24 months. Then we have, of course, development and marketing, 10%. Private sale is already distributed. It was, I believe, 3 days after launch or 4 days after launch. So we are done with that, and no sell pressure at all. And we have the advisor and partners token of 2%, which will be basically used either for co-marketing or, let's say, partially for co-marketing and maybe even something for burn. We will see how that will go in the upcoming weeks regarding partners.
Awesome. Thank you very much for explaining the economics. Oh yeah, the taxes. Yeah, of course.
Sell tax is 7.7. It's hard capped, so we cannot change the tax at all. The sell tax is actually a crucial part of our game economy when it comes to the ranked players in game who will get the BNB rewards, which actually comes from our tax. After the alpha release, 50% of the tax will go for game rewards and 50% will stay for expenses, marketing, and the rest that we can cover from the tax.
Perfect. It's also good that you have a tax. I always like when long-term projects have tax, because that actually ensures that the longevity of the project. So great to hear that. But guys, okay, almost 37 minutes went by since we started the AMA. You all know how excited I am for this project. I've been talking a lot about this one, but I think that now it's your time to shine, guys. So basically, you got your time to research, you got your time to go into the docs, into the white paper, the old information you got. You already heard Sava, but now is your time to ask some good questions. Okay, guys, you all know how I love personally questions that make sense, not questions like, for example, can you tell us a little bit more about the team or something like that. I always like questions that are actually really, really important. So let's give it a go. I'm going to go first one with, okay, we got, Sava, we got plenty of hands raised up. So a lot of interest for EOTH. So let me just find where he is. We have Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you're allowed to speak, man.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, good evening, brother.
Hi.
Yeah, it's really great to have great people on this launch. Thank you for attending this AME.
Thank
Uh,
you,
the-
man.
So my question is that it's really obvious that EOTH will be competing with some already existing games. And in my thinking, the first step for the upcoming brands should be market research and like SWOT analysis.
Yes, it is.
Did you get the question, Sava?
He, not really.
Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, it can happen. Emmanuel, can you please repeat your question, please? I think you got disconnected at the end, Emmanuel, because you were asking something about marketing and other games, you know, and competitions. But oh yeah, he got off. So yeah, unfortunately he's disconnected. So we're going to go with AI. We will wait. We will wait for Emmanuel. But AI, you're unmuted. You're allowed to speak.
All right, thank you. Hello, Drybit. Hello, Sava.
Hello, man.
All right, I'll go straight to my question, and it's just basically problems that are faced with Web3 gaming, right? So, I want you to walk me through the technical complexity, which means, you know, there are a lot of vulnerables in Web3 gaming, and that's a huge problem, like security. Like we all know, I think earlier on this year or last 2 years, there was a time that Axie Infinity was hacked for $600 million. So I want to know what measures you have put in place for security and performance issues also on that thing. We need to know the performance on which I know to be back tested, but I want you to give me an insight on the performance. Also, I would also like to know competition. Your biggest competition, not only the biggest Web3 games right now, but also your Web2 games. That is the one you'll be releasing very soon. So I want to know how you'll be able to convince most people to migrate from that Web2 game into the Web3 game. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, thanks for that question. First of all, when it comes to the security of the game and the performance, this is why we actually are doing alpha testing with huge rewards. We want as many people on board for the alpha testing. While the alpha testers are testing the game, we will have also a bounty campaign for such things like vulnerabilities in the game and security measures. So it is really I would say two of the most important aspects when it comes to pre-launch of the game, to actually test the game, the performance, get the feedback from the players, implement the feedback, as well as launching the bounty campaigns on a regular basis, so you can detect vulnerabilities as soon as possible, so something like a hack or exploit cannot happen in this case. When it comes to the competitions, if you look up the blockchain gaming landscape, and if you take away the part where you can either earn NFTs or earn tokens, you will see for yourself that most of those games will not be playable and enjoyable for a player. It is just a fact that in the current gaming landscape on blockchain, there is really no, I would say, a quality of games. There is no gaming experience like you have it in Web 2, where you have that blood rush when starting a game, when you become the character that you play, when you live the story that you are playing through the game. It is just not the case here in Gamify yet. So this is something that we are trying to reach with our gameplay and game, to have actually that Web3 gaming experience and to bring it over to Web3. It is not the most important part for us, I would say, like it is for other 99% of Gamify projects, where the monetization plays the first and crucial part of the game. We firstly want to focus on the gameplay, on the game itself and the gaming experience. While you play an enjoyable game the rest is just a bonus for you as a gamer. You can earn while playing. Like I mentioned before, I'm a passionate gamer myself, and for the last, I believe, maybe 20 years, maybe plus 20 years. And I was thinking about it. If I had a game, like let's say I played a lot of role play games and open world games, also some competitive games like World of Tanks for years. And if I had the option to earn a small amount just for my time spent there, I will really be filthy rich right now. So this is something that we were trying to bring with, this is something that we are trying to bring. Yeah, this is something that we are trying to bring to the gamified landscape with Echo of the Horizon. We want not a short-term game that will pump to a couple of millions in market cap, get some traction, and then slowly die out. We want actually the gamers and users to hook up to the game, to enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the story behind the game, and to have just that long-term user base on our game, not just for the current, let's say, launch where the rewards on most of the games are much higher than a couple months after when they die out. But we want to have a stable inflow of rewards, a stable economy when it comes to the NFT trading, to the tournaments, to the competitive gameplay, to the rank system and everything. We want to have this, let's say, flat line where you know, okay, I can earn approximately from that to that each month while I'm doing something that I love to do.
All right, thank you very much for that answer. And bullish name, and I hope to play your game, maybe like a tournament on Chain Gaming X, Drabbit's, one of Drabbit's project.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, man. I'm not going to give any more information, but we're heading down there, man. So nice one, AI, nice one. Thank you for that question. So let's see who else has their hands raised. A lot of people. Oh, we have Emmanuel, that I think that his connection is good now. So Emmanuel, you're allowed to speak. You were asking about something in marketing and competitors. I don't remember, but I think now you have a good connection.
Hello. So can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. So thank you for the second opportunity. So my question was that for a new brand, it should be known that there will be competitors already. So, and I expect that there should have been some researches that will have been done on existing gaming platforms. So what are the weaknesses that you have found that will serve as strength for your own project?
Yeah, like mentioned earlier with AI, it is the actual gameplay, and it is the really, I would say, when it comes to other gamified projects, they focus on monetization and not on the game itself. So this is the main weakness that we have discovered through our research for the last couple of months before going on the market live with our token. The other part when it comes to weaknesses which we can feel is, of course, the gaming experience itself. How will we actually approach a new audience was described earlier with our Web2 based game, which we will then try to onboard the users to our Web3 rewards based game.
Oh, all right. So my second question.
Yeah, sure. Go.
Yeah, from the website, I didn't see anything about the missions and visions. So can you give me like a little insight on that?
The missions for the game or
for the game?
Yeah,
well,
like
he means the company, you know. He's trying to ask, you know, for the game, but he's referring as the company, you know, the mission and the vision for the project itself.
Yeah, for the project itself.
Okay. Well, our vision is to actually create a let's say really, really unforgettable gaming experience for everyone who will join the game. We want to have that really amazing effect when you enter the game, and the first let's say landscape or environment you see will just be, okay, wow, this is not something that I have seen earlier in Gamify. we want to have that wow effect when it comes to our game. Innovative gameplay. Why innovative? Because we will have multiple, let's say, modes in the game for the multiplayer version. You will be able, if you are a, let's say, casual player, you can explore, you can gather some resources, craft some weapons, upgrade some weapons, get into the story of Echo of the Horizon, the civilization on this planet, proceed in that way through the game. If you are a competitive player, you can go into a PvP mode, whether you like team play or single PvP modes. You can compete with other players single-handedly, or if you want to, let's say, enjoy with other players in-game, you can join a clan or create your own clan and, let's say, have that team-focused gameplay in the game. When it comes to what we want to achieve, what our vision and mission is, I would say to bring a whole different level of gaming experience itself to gamify, which is lacking of the gaming experience itself.
Okay. Thank you very much for the explanation.
Thank you very much for the question, and also thank you very much, Saba, for those answers, man. You're giving like so much detail in those answers that it actually, I think, makes everyone know that you know what you're doing, right? Like everything is so detailed and perfect that I think that everyone here can notice how much passionate you're about your project and how well you think almost everything. So congratulations on that, because you know, you as a CEO, of course, you need to know, you know, the whole picture in your head, and it's quite, you know, clear that you actually do. So congratulations on that. And of course we have more questions, so let's see what else we got. Let me just check. Oh, I have Sam Murphy over here. I was wondering why I didn't saw you. Sam, you're unmuted.
Hey, hi David, good evening. Yeah,
good evening, brother.
Hey Sava, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, Sava, I was just going through this game economy. Okay, it's beautifully explained, and really appreciate you for that. But I have something regarding those reward system for the gamers. Okay, I read something like there will be some rewards for the gamers in the form of collectibles, the valuable items, and a lot of things has been mentioned. But how do you maintain this balance while executing the project? Because it won't be an easy task for the gamers and even the developers to distribute the rewards in a very professional manner. So how do you bifurcate these things? Because there are certain things mentioned halfly, like 70%, 30%, and so on. So I just want to know a brief, in short, like how this works, the revenue distribution.
Yeah, like mentioned before, we don't want to have that effect where we have huge rewards in the beginning and then, you know, slowly going to die out when the tokens are no longer there. That's why we choose a revenue share based economy. We as a company are, let's say, sharing our portion of the profits and revenue to distribute the token based rewards. When it comes to the NFT-based rewards, since the multiplayer mode is mainly focused on competitive gameplay and rankings, as you are ranked higher, as you are a better player, a more skilled player, you will be able to earn those, let's say, scarce NFTs in the game. There will not be, let's say, an epic NFT, epic creature in the game, which will be available for all players. You cannot go into the game and just purchase the most expensive and best NFT so you can proceed further in the gameplay. There will be a really, let's say, collection, which is, I would call it basic bundle, which you can purchase to enter the game, but the rest really depends on your skills and on your gameplay if you want to collect those, let's say, legendary, epic, and scarce NFTs in the game. When it comes to the distribution, it's really not that difficult to create a smart contract which will do the work. When it comes to all the other aspects of the game economy, we will have a subscription based model in game for the players that don't want to spend, let's say, I don't know, $100, $200, $300 on a bundle. Let's say a starter bundle or a medium bundle or a more advanced bundle, but they can pay a subscription, a 7-day subscription, where they will get a basic bundle, and with that basic bundle, they will be able to, through their gameplay, to collect NFTs, which then they can use to, let's say, discard the subscription after 7 days and keep playing it for free.
Okay, that's what a very, very precise response. Okay, one simple question I have, sir. When can we expect the game live system? When can we expect roughly?
If you mean about the public release of the game, it is we will be ready, yes, likely in December, but we will not launch the public version of the game in December because of the holidays. And we know how crypto reacts to Christmas holidays and the Christmas dump, where everybody takes a portion of their profits, dumps the market so they can enjoy their holidays, in December. So we will likely launch the public version of the game either in January or, let's say, mid-February. This is somewhat the time frame for our public release.
Okay. Thank you so much, and good wishes for the journey ahead. Thank you.
Thanks for the great question.
Good one, Sam Murphy. Great question, and like I said before, great answer by Sava himself. To be honest, you're one of the best speakers that we got into here, into these AMAs that actually, takes a lot of time to answer each and every single one of the questions with like a really complete level of detail. So I'm having a great time over here, guys. So let's see who is going to be next. I promise Nightwolf. Nightwolf, you're unmuted. You can ask your question. Nightwolf, you're unmuted. Oh, did he left? Where is Nightwolf? Okay, well, Crypto Legend, you're allowed to speak. Crypto Legend.
Thank you so much, Jarvis, for the opportunity.
Always, man.
Sava, great presentation, great project here. I have two questions for you. I wanted to know for crafting and upgrading.
Sorry, just can you just speak a little bit louder? I can't hear anything.
Yeah, it's quite low, Crypto Legend, please.
Okay.
No, now we can't hear you at all. Are you there, Crypto Legend?
Hello?
Now I can hear you a little bit louder, but yeah, let's try.
Okay. Hope I'm audible.
Crypto Legend, I'm going to have to mute you. Please try to fix your sound issues, and then I'll unmute you again, okay? So let's go with Goat. Goat from Tactical and also Drive It Lounge. Great, man. You have your question. Go ahead. Goat. What's happening today? Like everyone wants to ask questions and then they all have connectivity issues. Sorry about that, Sava.
No worries.
Let's see. We're going to unmute Desmond. Desmond, you're allowed to speak. Desmond.
Yeah, I'm back, man.
Hey.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, TJ is really messy today. Sorry for that.
Don't worry, man. Oh, wait, Goat. Now it's time for Desmond, and then we'll go with you again. Desmond, you're free to ask your question.
Hi, guys. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, man.
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Now my question is, concerning the single player mode,
Yep. What's the question for single player mode?
concerning the single player mode, just as players can earn EOTH through activities like selling items, participating in in-game events, can players equally buy lives when they get killed using these earnings or performing some in-game activities?
No, for the single player mode, they will not be available like collecting items and stuff. You will have it available in your game, but it is not online based, so it is just to get out to the masses. So you have a feel of what Echo of the Horizon is, what you can expect if you want to switch to the Web3 based game and such. But for the single player mode, there are absolutely no rewards at all.
Great
All
to
right,
know.
I also want to know, are there any plans for post-launch content and expansion to keep players engaged after they have completed the main storyline?
We have in plans to let's say develop a free-to-play chapter 2 of the game, but for now our focus is the single-player free-to-play version as our go-to-market strategy and our multiplayer version, which will be rewards-based. After that, of course, if everything goes well, there will be a chapter 2 for the Web 2 based free-to-play version, but it will be for a small, I would say, for a small price on Steam. It will not be free as the first version, which will be used for marketing purposes only.
That's great. And I personally love DLCs and expansion packs, so looking forward to that, man. That's a great way of keeping everyone engaged with the game. So Crypto Legend says that he has fixed his network issues. Crypto Legend, you're unmuted. You can speak, Crypto Legend.
Okay, I'm audible.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for this second chance. Great project, yeah, great presentation, Sava. I have two questions for you, and I wanted to know for the crafting and upgrading, would this be something daily, or the more I play, the more I'll be able to upgrade and my characters?
I didn't get that. Can you please repeat a little bit louder?
Okay, like on your website, I could craft and upgrade my characters. So I wanted to know if there'll be a time limit, like daily, or maybe daily, where I can upgrade a little bit, or the more I play, the more I can upgrade and upgrade and upgrade.
Yes, definitely. Like mentioned earlier, you will be able to upgrade your weapons. You will be able to upskill your skills, upgrade your skills. You will be able to combine some NFTs to create a whole new item and such. So when it comes, I forgot to mention one thing when it comes to our game environment. It will be dynamic, so it will have that day-night flow in real time, I would say. When if you left the game, let's say at 3 hours ago, if you left the game at nighttime, maybe when you rejoin the game, it will be already day. So we will have this dynamic game environment and dynamic atmosphere in the game.
Really great. I love that. I love when in game, you have different, it follows like a day cycle. So that's actually pretty great. So let's see. We're going to allow like 2 more questions so we don't take Sava all day here, but let's go ahead with the people that wanted to ask and didn't get the chance. Here is Goat. Goat, I think you fixed your network issues. You're allowed to speak, man.
Yeah, Gary, thank you for giving me this opportunity to have my question. So I'll be very short to my question. So I want to know, have you guys planned to improve or assist the skill set of novice who will be attempting your games for the first time? And if yes, how are you going to assist them?
if we have I didn't get it as well. Sorry.
Don't worry. Goat, could you please repeat it, please? Maybe a little bit louder.
Okay, I am asking whether the team have planned to improve or assist the skill set of the newbies who will be attempting your games for the first time. And if yes, what are the measures that are?
I understood, Sava. He wants to know about what type of measures or actions are you taking to help out new players into your games, like for example the newbies. I think that he's asking if there's going to be like a gameplay tutorial. You're gonna have like a HUD display that says, you know, this is for this and this is for that, maybe a manual. I think that he's asking something like that.
It will be the basic, you know, like you have in every game, the basic tutorial that will explain, okay, here you can look up the map, here you can contact your teammates, here you can push to talk, here you can see your ongoing missions. This on map is, let's say, this red spot on the map is your PvP location where you can engage in 1 versus 1, 5 versus 5, or 15 versus 15 battles and such. Yeah, there will be a short tutorial like in every game just to get you into the mechanics of the game.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Sava, for your question. We're gonna go with one last question and then we will proceed with the ending statements. Let's see, I'm going to give the last question for, I have Happy Family, Password, Crypto Captain. Oh, I don't know which of them. Let's go with Happy Family. Happy Family, you're unmuted. Only because I love the picture of your dog. Happy Family, you there?
Hi, am I audible?
Yep, you're audible, man. Welcome.
All right, it's been a great...
Now you're no longer audible.
Most games, they tend to abandon the graphics of their games after some time. So I want to know, how have the EOTH team planned to maintain and keep up with the graphics of the game from time to time and ensure that the graphics is always updated so that it doesn't get obsolete with time?
Great question.
Yes, our first, like mentioned earlier, our first focus is the gameplay, to visualize this amazing world, this graphics and everything. When it comes to how to maintain that, the alpha version is pretty much, the alpha testing is pretty much there to bring this game out and in its, let's say, most perfect version possible for the public release. How and what is really depending on the feedback from the gaming community that will be in the game and play the game. We will take in count every feedback that we find relevant and that we can actually implement, that will not take up, I would say, that will not harm, that will bring more benefit than harm the game. We will absolutely implement every feedback that we find significant for a better gameplay and better user experience.
All right, that's interesting. I'm definitely impressed with your team. I have more questions, but I'll join your TG and ask because of time. Thank you very much for the opportunity to drive it.
Thank you very much, Happy Family. Thank you, and also thank you for limiting only for one question. That's actually really great. But guys, this has been the AMA with EOTH. Sorry, Crypto Captain, we're out of time. There's no question for you today. Sorry about that. But guys, let's start doing a little wrap up on what we saw today. Like I tell you, like a couple of days ago, I was actually really excited for this AMA. I'm actually really impressed with this project. I made a call. I'm going to keep on working with them. We announced the partnership yesterday. So of course, Sava is here to stay with us, you know, in the Drive It Crypto Lounge. So guys, you'll know that every one of us is going to start supporting this project because we are 100% one launch. It's not only my launch, it's also your launch. So when I say Drybit Crypto Launch supports EOTH, it's true. So once again, I knew that this AMA was going to be fire, and it actually was. So most of all, thank you, Saba, for that amazing AMA. The level of detail where you explain all the gameplay, the game economy, the future plans, the marketing plans, tokenomics. We talk about everything, man, and it was very complete. And also the way you answer all the community questions, guys. So each of the questions you received, you answered them perfectly without any type of hesitation. And I think that everyone here can agree that you're doing a great job, first of all, maintaining those great numbers on the chart. And also, it's really easy to see that you actually know what you're doing. So I have high hopes for this project. And of course, like I said, we're not partners, so we're going to keep on working together, and we're going to be supporting you and following every single update. So I think this is going to be the first AMA, but I think we're going to have a lot of AMAs coming on the next few months, because on every update we will want you to come over here again and tell us, hey guys, this is the new upgrade, this is the new DLC, we added this, we added that. So they're going to be like more fun. This was like more the introductory one, so it's more more formal. But then the next ones are going to be more relaxed. But now, Saba, I hand you the microphone for your final words, and after that we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, again, thanks everyone for joining. I hope I did a good job in explaining what Echo of the Horizon is all about, what we are trying to change in the GameFi landscape, and what in terms of benefits and gains you can expect after our game is released. Yeah, for anyone who has any other questions, who wants to dive into more details, you are free to join our TG community, and just tag me, ask your questions, and as soon as I see it, I will answer it, and hopefully erase all your doubts. Thanks.
Thank you once again, Saba, and thank you everyone from this wonderful community. Guys, this is Drybit Crypto Lounge, where we're having the best AMAs in the space right now. We're learning so much. We're having a lot of fun, and we're going to keep on growing. So once again, thank you all very, very much for joining us. A special thanks once again to Saba for being such a wonderful speaker. And guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Drybit out.